I love the lighting for this video, like the sun is coming in so prettily. It really wants to be the star of this video, as if I'm not here already! Hello, my name is Tessa. Welcome back to another video, and today I have a real treat here for us. I love to consider myself an overrater. Tessa, that's overrated! I know. You like that book? That's so overrated! I know. I don't really care. I love it. Even when rating books, I don't gravitate towards the 1-star, 2-star reviews. Even if I really hate a book. I'm not talking about anything in particular, I swear. And as a reader, you have to accept and respect that some people read the same books as you and they are just not impressed. So today, I thought it would be kind of fun to go through some of my favorite, and when I mean favorite riordanverse books and just see what 1-star reviews they have. I looked these up on Goodreads. I don't usually rate my books on Goodreads. I use Storygraph, but this is the app that the most people use, so I thought, maybe why not? Quick disclaimer, all the opinions that you're going to see here are just that, opinions, and we must respect and accept that different people have different opinions, even if they're about books we really love. So, that said, let's jump right in. Okay, first of all, I thought that we could start with The Lightning Thief. I love The Lightning Thief, and I think it's such a solid start to the riordanverse series. So, what a feeble attempt at recreating the Harry Potter magic. Aside from being highly unoriginal and unimaginative, the book grates on your nerves due to the frequency of Percy's lame attempts at sounding witty. Seriously, I'm supposed to laugh at his observations on the bullman and barnyard animals? I laughed at that. God forbid I find something funny. Not only did the writer not bother racking his brains to come up with a plot or proper story, choosing instead to recycle key elements of the Harry Potter series. I'm sorry, what elements? Is it the trio? Is it like, I'm racking my brains trying to find similarities? Besides the chosen one and the trio, I find more differences than similarities. First of all, both of Percy's parents are alive. Second of all, his mentor actually cares about him and is not just raising him for slaughter or whatever. And third and most importantly, the author is not a transphobe, so I think that adds a few more points. But he also ignored important aspects of a fantasy novel, one of which is the language. To call the narration just bad will be an understatement. I know this is an opinion, but mine is very different. I love to reread The Lightning Thief because it really sounds like a 12-year-old is speaking to you and you're inside of a brain of a 12-year-old. Same can be said about the dialogue and the way the plot progresses. It's one cliched event unfolding after another. The only novel thing about this book is the seamless integration of Greek mythology into a fantasy-based setup. The 1-star is for that. And also, I'd like to put a premature end to my review because I just realized the futility of writing one of a book I hated. Yeah, I mean, you can literally DNF the book. I don't do that. So, do as I say, don't do as I do. I always have to finish a book. I have this thing inside of me. It's a monster that screams, finish! So I have to finish. But, you can choose not to do that. The one thing that pisses me off about this review is it says it's like the Harry Potter and it has the same plot elements, but it doesn't specify which. I read about 50 pages in. Not one character was likable to me, but I was willing to continue until Riordan went on his imperialistic gloss about Western civilization. Yeah, what's up with that? I'm really glad that they didn't do that in the TV show because they have a whole segment of the book where they are like, yes, Percy, the Olympians moved here to the USA because the Western civilization is clearly the better one, so they had no choice but to really be here. In Portuguese, I really have to say, como assim, caralho? This person adds, seriously offended my post-colonial sensibilities. I couldn't continue with no characters to like, and the author spewing his personal idiocy. I think Rick Riordan, as an author, grows a lot from his mistakes. He doesn't replicate them or double down on them on the TV show. He's not like, I'm sorry, are you trying to educate me on something I wrote on my story, on my book? I think Rick is a little better than that. I can critique his past work, and this this is something that I struggle with, even as a Percy Jackson fan. Calling one civilization the most important one in history is always a stretch for me. Whatever. If I ever had insomnia, I would just reread this. I mean, fair. I can't tell you how many times I just fall asleep with a book in my hand. That has nothing to do with the book's worth. It's just me. I'm extremely tired. I'd buy it physically just to wipe my ass with the pages. With is spelled with an H. And also, I'm really sorry for your ass. I'm really sure there are cheaper exfoliants. You don't really have to resort to this. Bruh. No, I kind of get this one. It's not that I didn't like it, it's that I strongly dislike it. I kept thinking I must have the wrong book, but I did not. I am utterly confused why any adult would enjoy this book. I'm 24, so shut the fuck up. I thought it was extremely painful. I read to page 123, so that's like 1, 2, 3, okay. And I refused to read another page. Simple Harry Potter wannabe. Tries to be humorous, but is not. I could have written this book in 4th grade. Do not recommend. Okay, again, with the Harry Potter comparisons. Is it really like Harry Potter, or do you see the Harry Potter franchise potential in it, and you're just like, I want my franchise to be the only good franchise? Next, I have here some very strong reviews for The Last Olympian. See, I love The Last Olympian. I think it's a perfect close to an almost perfect series. I think it's such an adventurous book. It's so fast-paced. It's so incredible. The characters all have their arcs closed in a beautiful way, I would say. So I'm very curious to see these. Oh! That's a month of my life I'm never getting back! Here we have, and has since the beginning of the series, oh my god, this is caps, a bull-headed, dim-witted, crazy, and knows nothing at all! Young boy Percy Jackson, the son of Poseidon, lo and behold, this guy hasn't the foggiest as to what in hell, or as Rick Riordan would put it, what in Hades, because Hades rules the underworld, which makes hell equals Hades, as per the author. Well, yeah, it's not per Riordan, this is myth. Anyways, is he doing? And yet somehow he manages to save not only the world as we know it, but also the Greek gods. Kudos, boy! You got some serious talent! I hate these caps. Stop writing in caps. Now, moving on to the storyline. Well, the author, I believe, has spared not even a single Greek mythology figure out of his series. Well, he keeps showing you a flurry of characters without so much soul pausing for effect, let alone character development and growth. He throws in every character, gods, minor gods, demons, and whatnot. I could go on and on, citing the flaws in this book series, but I don't want to. Could you imagine if Guy actually wanted to? That's crazy. Well, if I could go back in time, I would tell past me to simply move on and never ever pick the Percy Jackson series, cause this will result in almost a month of horrible reads that I'll never get back. Ciao. It's in caps. Ciao! Stop writing in caps. This is really hurting my vocal cords. My vocal teacher will come at me. I just think it's funny. This person just clearly doesn't like the book and they wrote 3 paragraphs on it. I just think it's funny. I love that you got some serious talent. Well, yeah, that's his character. He does. Thanks! I love how also this person mentions that Rick Riordan spared no Greek god or goddess from this depravity. I wonder what would be ideal for this person. It's a council of the Olympians. But like, one Olympian is like on holiday. We don't want to include them all at once. Rick has done it! Worst series in the history of series. Now I know this is wrong because I read Shatter Me. I hate— oh, this is in caps. I hate Percy Jackson! Harry Potter is better and you know it! All of you! All of you! What about me? I think it's safe to assume that some Harry Potter fans just think, oh, those Percy Jackson kids are having way too much fun. I'm gonna tell them that I hate them. Oh my god, I just saw another review with so many caps. This book series is such a fat, 1-star boring ass. I would listen to this at work and wish I got a phone call so I don't have to listen to it anymore. I know it's like, you're an adult and it's not for you, but I genuinely struggle to see how even an 8-year-old could enjoy this. I'm 24. Something that ground my gears during this entire book and just got me so heated was the fact that there was a spy in their ranks and they knew that there was a spy and they didn't do shit to sniff out the spy. I am begging people to stop writing in caps. Right now, I'm going to do a thing where I'm going to whisper every time there's caps, okay? Just so you guys know. They would be like, how does the enemy know our next moves? And then be like, oh yeah, probably because of their spy. And then drop the subject like, what, you guys are just okay with this? It was so obvious the entire time who the spy was. Again, for kids, so this is okay, so I'm not mad about that. But you would have thought that maybe for a second, Percy and Annabeth would have put their heads together to at least speculate about who the spy might be. Like, Percy sometimes was like, but he's dumb as rocks, so obviously that didn't go anywhere. Okay, first of all, Percy's not dumb. He might be slow, but he's not dumb. He gets there at his own pace, okay? Give the guy some time. Genuinely made me so mad. This man will never be Harry Potter again. I am getting tired. He will never be Michael Vey, and I don't understand why this book series is so loved by adults. It's genuinely so unentertaining. And the fucking spy. Also, I couldn't help but to imagine every single character as stick figures holding paper mache swords and shields with little smiley faces, like the whole book just felt like a cute little skit these kids crafted up to show their parents at a Christmas party. That's so funny. It's kind of pathetic that I'd spend so much time writing a 1-star review for kids' books as an adult, because I don't care, it's deserved. Child me tried to read this book in 7th grade and put it down because it was boring, and my biggest regret is giving it a second chance. So this is on you. This is literally on you. The spy thing, I really don't understand. I was also 14 when I read it, so there might be the issue there. I was completely caught off guard. I didn't know. I'm really glad that this guy caught it like early on. My problem is this person is clearly going on and on and on about the spy, but what about the rest of the book? I'm just asking. Boring. As a teen fiction finale, it could have written much better. I just hated so many dreams. Now this is a critique that I literally never saw in any Percy Jackson space. Oh, they dream too much. I'm so tired of that running gag of Mr. D. Do you mean the Perry Johnson? That and the damn joke. Those are my favorite Percy Jackson jokes. That one I took a little too hard. I'm going to try and not be very mad. Ooh! Yep. I officially hate this entire series. Riordan cannot come up with decent plot twists, and his resolutions are stale and repetitive. This book should have been called Percy Jackson, The Endless Reinforcements, or more aptly, Percy Jackson, The Predictable Plot Twist. If you can predict a plot twist, I'm like, okay, props to you. I wish I could. The Endless Reinforcements, though? The whole book is a battle! What do you mean, my guy? I'm a little gagged. Nothing surprised me. Nothing! Every time any change happens in the story or in a character, I found myself saying, yep, saw that one coming. I think this is the Oracle, guys. I'm starting to get very worried. I think this person just might be the Oracle. I wish the book would have ended with every character dying or being thrown into time. Guys, when was this written? I think this person might have predicted the end to the Mark of Athena. I think we need to call Apollo, you guys. The gift of the prophecy is out there. Kronos should have won. Okay, Luke. If only for the sole purpose of ending a series overstuffed with uselessness and crap. Okay, I think I'm ready to move on to Mark of Athena. Mark of Athena was really my favorite Heroes of Olympus book for many, many years. I loved the Mark of Athena. Then I reread it a few years ago and I was like, oh, is this it? I think it's still a good book. I personally love House of Hades a little more. We're gonna do Mark of Athena right now. I remember more about the ice cream I ate when I was 5 than what happened in this book. Hey, yo, I want to know what that ice cream was. Oh no, this is enormous. I can't believe the dip in quality this series has taken. First of all, too much filler. This could have been 100 pages shorter. The romance drama was unbearable. Half the book was spent on it. I could have handled one couple having drama and could have put up with my loathed trope of the love triangle, but there were 3 different couples all having a ton of drama and needless jealousies. Teenagers don't communicate. And it's almost like teenagers are dramatic. I wouldn't know, I'm 24. Annabeth went from a cool, no-nonsense girl to someone who is obsessed with Percy, and suddenly she's been in love with him since she was 12? No, she wasn't! Why did this change? A girl can't breathe near Percy because she gets suspicious that they're trying to steal her boyfriend. 3 different love triangles, oh my god! Wait, let's stick it back. Annabeth recognizing that she did have a crush on Percy when she was younger, and she was just lashing out because she was acting on it, isn't like Rick Riordan changing the story. It's him being like, so, you know why this character was acting up? Let me tell you a little secret. I don't think this is changing Annabeth's arc. I think this is giving like reason to the things that she did. It's subtext. I don't think it's that badly done, actually. I kinda enjoy that, but then again, Percabeth fan number 1. Piper and Jason, no, this I can get behind. I cannot tell you what their personalities are. They're both so boring. 8. I don't hate them. But Piper in this book, man, she annoyed me so much. Too many POVs and everyone sounded the same apart from Leo. Oh, here we go. Reina is such a cool character and the only Latina. What's Leo? And she was also treated like crap. Riordan put her in 2 love triangles and Piper and Annabeth were both threatened by her. Like, leave her alone, uglies! Annabeth even said she pitied Reina because Reina didn't have a boyfriend. Did she say that? I don't remember that. Now, maybe I can understand Reina crashing out in like the book 4 of the Trials of Apollo. I would crash out if someone said this to me as well. Whoa, yeah, whoa. Yeah, the biggest tragedy in a girl's life. You know what? Wait, this is eating a little bit. Never mind that she's the leader of the Romans and one of the fiercest warriors with a great tactical mind. Nope, all that matters is that she doesn't have a boyfriend. Wait, maybe this review is eating after all. Wait, hold on. Wow, both Latinos in this book were treated like shit. Yikes. I ended up speed reading everyone except Leo's chapters. I also am glad Nico is back. I loved Hazel and Frank in the previous book, but here, like I said, they were wasted on relationship drama and a needless love triangle with Leo for half the book. Wait, I think this person has like a rationality behind what they are saying. I love Hazel and Frank, so like, I'm suddenly very empathetic toward this person. The Mark of Athena is so interesting to me because they really put 7 demigods inside of a boat that flies and they were like, this will go well. No, it won't. I understand that for some people that's really like a breaking point. I just think this person worded it so amazingly. Frank went from someone who had gained confidence in the previous book to an insecure baby who was threatened when Leo breathed. You know what, girl? Maybe hell yeah. I'm gonna give the next book a chance, but at this point, I'm planning to sell my copies. Yikes. Obviously, there are reviews here that I'm putting in for shits and giggles. When I started this review, I thought this was for shits and giggles, and then this person proceeded to make very valid, solid points. Best review yet. Drags like a zombie with no legs. Here we go. Too many characters! Riordan's previous books were very enjoyable, but they alternated chapters from the point of view of 3 characters. This had 7! Too difficult to follow to enjoy it. Guys, we're back on track. We're so back! Sort of ruined the series for me. The plot was fine, but introduced some unsavory aspects of certain characters. I haven't read the books in a while, but what unsavory aspects are we talking about? I think we're ready to go into House of Hades. House of Hades is my favorite Heroes of Olympus book and my favorite riordanverse book, alright? So like, really excited, but at the same time, I'm afraid. Hold up. Okay, I'm going to make a trigger warning before I start with the House of Hades comments. There are a lot of comments in here that are just like blatant homophobia. If you don't remember, and spoiler alert for the House of Hades, in House of Hades, Rick Riordan reveals that one of the characters that was in the series all along was gay. Very disappointed that one of the main characters turns out to be gay. This is a series aimed at middle schoolers. A gay theme is totally unnecessary. We've loved this series, but book 4 went way downhill. Don't recommend. I'm actually gagged. Gave up on in 2013 when Nico's secret was revealed. It came out of nowhere and seemed contrary to how he had been portrayed. I felt betrayed. I thought I was reading a middle grade novel. This subject should never be covered in juvenile literature. It's taken nearly 6 years for me to be able to talk about this book again. This is actually really upsetting. I have to say this was the most disappointing of Rick Riordan's books, and I'm pretty sure I've read all of them. This is crazy. Too much emphasis on LGBTQ characters. Are we for real? This is really insane for me. I don't know how to break this news to these people, but there are LGBTQ plus people. So there's going to be LGBTQ plus characters in books. Not wanting an LGBTQ plus character in a book, it's almost like choosing to ignore that these people exist and they're out there. Saying that you felt betrayed, that this wasn't how Nico was portrayed, this was Nico all along. We just didn't know that. There's so many people out there that are closeted or they are afraid to come out and be exactly who they are in fear of this kind of repercussion. This makes me so angry, man. But that was it for today's video. This was a ride, let me tell you. I feel like I've been here for forever. Let me know if you have any unpopular opinions about the riordanverse books. I would love to hear them. Let me know if you would like a part 2 of this series. I don't know if this is going to be a series or not. Let's see. And thank you so much for having watched this video. All my social media will be in the description. Make sure you follow all my other adventures on there. And I will see you next time.